What can I say about Fillmore? Now, when I say that this was the perfect series for me, I mean it in the same way that I love the fact that the main character was an African American, which, I am. I also love the fact that Fillmore was also 12 years old, which, when this aired, I just recently turned 12, like the previous month before this aired. So when I say that I was very much in line with the target demographic, I really mean it. And I did have a tendency to be a bit of a troublemaker in school. So I love the fact that while Fillmore ended up with the safety patrol in his school, and it was a very detective-based series. In fact, both of the main characters, Fillmore and Ingrid Third, former troublemakers turned to the side of law and order, more or less, within their school, helping to solve various different crimes throughout X Middle School. And I really did love that because, with the fact that both of them had a tendency to bend the law in their past, they were a little bit more willing to play a little bit dirty from time to time. They had a little bit more of an edge to them. They weren't completely straight-laced, but they didn't believe in, the extreme wrongdoing that you would see from time to time in their school. Despite Orlando Brown's more troubled recent history, Orlando Brown, as Cornelius Fillmore, he really knew how to play that character. Orlando Brown always had this voice to him that, belayed a very calm demeanor, but also could be very passionate when need be, which made him perfect for film. I really do wish he had stayed, in this line of work and had kept himself clean for more of his life, because he really did have a great acting career ahead of him. Maybe not big, but he had a lot of potential behind him, and I hope he can live up to that at some point in his future. And Ingrid Third, played by Tara Strong, one of the goth icons of the 90s and 2000s out there. Lesser known, but she's still I loved Ingrid Third back when I was young. Definitely had a bit of a crush on her when I was much younger, because she just had this awesome vibe. Very similar to kind of like Lydia Deet from Beetlejuice to a certain extent with her look. But just the idea of taking crime dramas and putting them into a middle school setting is just so far out there. And you've seen it from time to time in various different other series. You've seen it in Craig of the Creek. You've seen it in Codename Kids Next Door. You've seen it in Rugrats. Kids pretending like they're living in the hard, strung world of adults when it's really just a bit of a fantasy and make-believe. Simple things put a little bit out of proportion. It can be very entertaining, and it really was. The fact that it only ran for 2 seasons, which, if you could call 26 episodes 2 seasons, is really a bit of a shame. Why it couldn't last at least a little bit longer, anyone's guess. It's always so hard to tell when it comes to the animation industry, especially during the days before 2010. If something wasn't widely, known or really pushed, then a lot of the background information kind of ends up kind of underground. And it doesn't help that a lot of the more involved people don't really speak too much about Fillmore. But Fillmore will always be seen as a very bright spot within the public zeitgeist. Maybe because it only had so many episodes. It didn't have time to actually be weakened by overexposure. Who's to say, really? All I know is that I was happy when it was around. I was sad to see it go, but I appreciated that I got to just enjoy it for as brief a time that it was on the air. So tell me, did you watch Fillmore? Do you have pleasant memories of it? Do you want to go back and watch it again? Did you have any crushes within this series? Let me know that and more in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please do all the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, bell, all that good stuff. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and remember to keep your nose clean. You never know when another Fillmore might be on the prowl for a criminal. Till next time, bye bye.